There are a lot of different phrases when it comes to the second strongest behind the captain. We say they're the vice captain, the first commander, first mate, which they all mean different things, but at the same time they're very similar. The vice captain and captain relationship, it reminds me of the Hokage and Shadow Hokage relationship in Naruto. The Hokage is the most important figure in the Hidden Leaf where they make all the decisions, and the Shadow Hokage is just as important as the Hokage, but they don't get as much recognition because they move from behind the scenes and from the shadows. So I want to talk about what the vice captain should do overall and then go on the impact of the specific characters. But unfortunately, Shiryu won't be talked about in this video because Blackbeard's ship is a little bit weird since Burgess is technically the captain of the first ship, but Shiryu has been portrayed to be the vice captain and looks like Zoro's potential future matchup, who we already know that Zoro fights the second strongest of opposing crews. And also Rayleigh, he won't be included as well because this video is about the current pirates and not those from the past. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about the importance of the vice captain. The reason why I wanted to do this video was two things. One, after reading chapter 1027, watching two vice captains battle it out, and specifically how well Oda portrayed King in that chapter. And number two, whenever I'm editing a video, it always takes me longer because when I'm getting the clips, I end up rewatching specific moments. And recently I saw Luffy vs Katakuri, and spoiler alert, well, I plan on doing my top 10 favorite One Piece moments, and that's one of them. So in that fight, we saw how dominant and reliable Katakuri was, and he showcased the great expectation of the vice captains. And aside from Kaido, I believe I like every vice captain over their captain. But the important qualities of a vice captain includes intimidation, power/strength, and an influence on the captain and crew. Intimidation is important because it showcases how threatening the crew can be. Imagine if they fear the vice captain, then what does that mean about the captain who can have someone like that serve under them? The best example of this is Zoro about to cut Charlos. He went without fear with a bloodthirsty intent to kill a celestial dragon and was stopped by Bonnie, where different members of the worst generation talk about how Zoro could be a captain and what that means about the guy he serves under. In regards to King, one of the coldest things I've seen is when he took his sword from off his waist, lifted it up for Kaido, and Kaido killed Orochi. I think it was done well in the anime, however I prefer how it was done in the manga because the transition was done a bit better and a bit smoother in my opinion. It was more instant in the manga, where in the anime it was a bit more hesitation. And also we know the reason why King serves under Kaido is because he respects his strength. Then we see in chapter 1027 when King sent Zoro flying and he came out the smoke, he was coming out the smoke basically saying, well, I'm here and I ain't going anywhere, so you better get ready. And I think that scene was really dope. Then we have Katakuri. Even though he wasn't the first vice captain to be introduced, he set the standard for all others to follow. When he was first introduced, Katakuri, he killed several people with a freaking jelly bean. Like, Katakuri, you're a monster, man. But you know someone's an issue whenever he's the number one priority to deal with at the wedding. Veggie, Luffy, and Jinbei, they all knew how much of an issue Katakuri would be for everyone, hence why Luffy took it upon himself to trap him in the mirror world and fight him in a duel one-on-one. And even though we knew the Straw Hats would find a way to escape Whole Cake Island, Katakuri just gave us such intimidating vibes that when you saw everything he did during the arc, you thought it was impossible for them to escape and understood why he was considered the vice captain. You know, I really don't know why I included Ben Beckman on here. I mean, I know he's the vice captain, but like we don't really see much from him. I'd say the two instances about his intimidation was when he defeated all those mountain bandits and took Shanks' place. He was like, Shanks, I got this, like you better back up. And then at Marineford when he pulled out the Glock, I don't know why I said that, but we put out the gun and then he pointed at Kizaru and made Kizaru freeze temporarily. Those were two instances that Ben Beckman showed off his vice captain role, and he was very intimidating. Saba and Marco, I don't want to put them in an intimidating category. Yes, they are intimidating, but that's more because they're strong and because the Mera and the Tori Mumi, I believe that what it is, or Marco's mythical Phoenix Devil Fruit. So because they are strong, they intimidate others, but in terms of pure intimidation, they're not really on there because they're really nice guys. So I'm gonna hold off on them until we get to the power department. People will call Zoro a demon in human form. Zoro has so many moments in the series where he intimidates others that I'm only going to talk about one because, well, this video would be too long if I included all of them. But that one scene was when he cut Monet. That's the best example of him being intimidating.
体 動かない。
一刀流。
切られる。
He cut her without cutting her, if that makes any sense. He was able to defeat her, only harming her pride, leaving her in shock. In terms of physical strength, you have to be the second strongest on the crew. We saw how King fought Zoro. We know Zoro takes his pride and how he includes his physical strength into his swordsmanship, and we know that Zoro was close to 100% in fighting King. Yes, he did fight Kaido, and so he did receive damage, but then he recovered a lot of his stamina. So Zoro and King, they're roughly evenly matched, and we haven't seen a lot from King. We thought he was very disappointing. However, when he fought against Zoro, he pushed him back and he overpowered him, and that's very important, like I said, because we know how important Zoro prides himself on how strong he is. Not much for me to say about Katakuri that we don't already know about him. He's strong, plain and simple. The way he includes his devil fruit with his observation haki is impressive. His fight against Luffy, he was stronger, faster, better control of haki and devil fruits, battle IQ. He was just overwhelmingly strong. Something that we don't talk about in this way is Marco versus Kizaru. The way it took all the supernovas and all the straw hats, how they struggled against Kizaru, where Marco flexed his strength and knocked him down in one shot like it was nothing. He also clashed against Big Mom, and he was able to hold King and Queen at bay in the manga. Aside from when he fought against the Mountain Bandits, we haven't seen anything from Ben Beckman. However, they do say he's relative to Shanks, and I believe Shanks is the second strongest Yonko. Shanks is top tier. I say this in a lot of my videos, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but we know Zoro is considered now a master swordsman from his new Wano Vivicar. He blocked Conquest of the Sea, he speed blitzed Kaido, and now he's fighting King. Not much to say, he's the second strongest on his crew. Sabo trained under Dragon and is a master of armament haki. Using the Dragon Claw Fist, he gained the Mera Mera and was able to low diff Burgess. Haven't seen much from him, but being the number 2 of the Revolutionary Army, that means a lot. And lastly, we're going to talk about influence on others. These characters always take control whenever their captain isn't around, where the crew always looks to them for guidance. The 3 I want to talk about specifically are Marco, Zoro, and Katakuri. Marco took over for the Whitebeard Pirates once Whitebeard died and challenged Blackbeard. Katakuri always is holded in high regard from his siblings, where he was known as the man to never lose a fight, never fall on his back, and his siblings always wanted to become his favorite because they loved and respected him so much. And then Zoro, he protects Luffy and gets rid of the fodder whenever he doesn't have to. The whole Usopp situation with Zoro is that he can't join the crew and come back until he apologizes to put Luffy in check. He gave Luffy about the warning in the New World, saying, hey, stop playing around. This is the New World where the Yonko and higher level beings are, so you gotta get a grip. Nothing happened, and a lot more moments. The vice captains tend to be my favorite over the captains because they're very smooth, cool, and collective, and I feel like they don't get the respect they deserve. Like, we respect them, but a lot of times a lot of people prefer the captain over the vice captain, if that makes sense. I think the only exclusion for that would be King over Kaido. Well, actually I lied, would be Katakuri over Big Mom, but other than that, I feel like a lot of people like the captain more. But let me know your guys' thoughts about the vice captain and the crew. How do you guys feel about them? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.